everyone, welcome back. It's me, Hannah, and today I'm going to do a tutorial featuring this Covergirl Overthrown palette. First off, let's get a little better lighting. So my giveaway ends on Friday. If you're not entered in, go enter, first off. And I'm giving away all four of the Royal themed palettes, the Rain palette, the Overthrown palette, the Revolution palette, and the Ascension palette from Covergirl. So if you guys are not entered into that, go ahead and go enter it. Link will be in the description box below. Today I'm going to do a tutorial using this. I want more of a grungy look, and this one is the darkest out of all of the palettes. It has a couple more smoky shades to play with. So without further ado, let's do a smoky eye. We're going to start off with some primer. And I have everything kind of like dumped in my my little organizer, my jigger. So I gotta kind of look for it. We're gonna use some primer potion from Urban Decay, and we're gonna put that all over the lid. I just do one swipe on each lid. I don't feel like I need like a whole bunch on my lids. A thin layer goes a long way, and there's no reason to waste the product. So I'll just put that all over my lid. And now that I have that all over my lid, and I actually had already done this look, so I know what I'm doing as far as the look today, and then I ended up taking it off because the video I filmed turned out really, really bad. And I was going to do like a mixture between giving my, spilling some tea about what I think about the whole scandal with James, Charles, and Tati, but then I decided it's just too much. That's its own video, and I really don't want to delve into that on my channel. You know, I was going to try to add some drama on my channel, and I decided maybe not, just because I want this to be a very family-friendly channel, and I don't want to delve into a bunch of stuff that, you know, is just drama that doesn't need to be brought up. I'm going to start off with a shade called Fallen. It's this beautiful kind of a mauve, kind of a blush shade, if that makes sense. And this is going to set the primer in place and give us a good base to layer colors on top of. It's always good to have a good transition shade whenever you are applying eyeshadow, because what it does is it helps them to blend smoothly together. Instead of them being like kind of choppy, they'll just be kind of together. So let's go ahead and jump into the shade Taken. It's this light gray shade, and I'm using an angled brush. This one I actually got from Ross in my video. It's like the teal shaded ones. And we're just going to bring it, and we're going to smoke it out, because I want like a very dramatic look. I will say last time, like this morning when I filmed the video, it wasn't as dramatic, and I want it to be more dramatic than it was this morning. One thing I will say as far as these shadows, I've had problems with satin shades in the palettes with a lot of fallout, but with this particular this palette, I haven't had a whole lot of problems with the matte shades. The satin has some fallout, but the mattes just kind of stick in place, so that's something I really appreciate. Also, have you noticed my brows look a lot different today, a little less dark as I usually do? The reason for that being, and it was a complete accident, but I accidentally shaved off most of my eyebrows. I was trying to test out this shaver I found at Walgreens. It comes with a cute little velvet pouch. Looks something like this, and it doesn't have a low setting, so I was trying to clean up here and then clean up a little bit up here, and I slipped and kind of messed it up. You can kind of tell when I get close. Now I have drawn in some hairs, so, you know, it looks a little bit better than it could, but that's why they look like they do, and I'm kind of digging the less, like, dark look, and I used an Anastasia Brow Wiz. Now the shade I have for that, and I just want to tell you guys real quick, let's see, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Dang it, I'll find it once. So the Brow Wiz I have is in dark brown, and it actually really works for having black hair. I do need to figure out how to use it properly. On camera it looks a lot sparser than it really is, but it actually is a really good one, and I love that it has a spoolie. I think spoolies were underrated. People need to start using them. They are amazing products, and I love a good brow pencil that has one, because I don't want to carry a separate one. Just gonna fill in a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this. I'm not used to using a brow pencil. I have used them before, but I'm just trying to get used to how to properly use them. So stay tuned for more videos where I actually know how to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and just blend, and that's something I found that I didn't do until recently is I was really bad about blending my shadow. I would just kind of like put it on, blend it a little bit, and then I was finished. But I need to get more into blending properly. So then I'm going to take a little more of the shade Fallen, which is the transition shade, just on the lid. My nose is running. I've been sick for 3 days actually, since Saturday. Today is Tuesday. And I'm not really as sick as I was on Saturday and Sunday, but I'm still kind of recovering. So please excuse me. And I'm going to take a white and different one than I just used, and just kind of bring it in a little bit because I don't want it to be too insane. I think about where my brow ends is like the perfect spot. You know what I mean? Like right where that tip is. I don't want it to be any crazier, I think, than that. So we're going to bring it kind of right there. And that also allows me to get kind of a sharp edge to it as well. So now that we have that in there, we're going to take the shade Conviction, which is this black shade, tapping off all excess. That's something I used to not do, is I would just pick it up, put it on the eye, tapping off the excess. Make sure you don't grab too much product, because you can always add more product. Taking away product is a whole nother story. So it's always best to tap off your brush pretty well. And this we're actually going to just focus as far as that gray goes on the outer corner. And bringing it in here and just really focusing that on the outer area. I have that color on this one. We're just going to really blend it very well. The only thing I will say about these Covergirl eyeshadows, like that gray shade, very patchy. That's something, like that's the best way to describe the mattes, is they are very, very patchy. Now, I don't hold that against the palette itself. You know, a lot of palettes have super duper patchy matte shadows, and it's hard to find dark shadows that are matte and not super duper patchy, but I will say these are really, really, really patchy. So that's my one issue. Now this one turned out much better than this one. I think it's just the way I applied it in the beginning, you know, just not necessarily the best way. But I'm going to use as many shades in this palette as I can. I did that when I filmed this look this morning, and I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to take a wipe. And that's one thing I will say that I wish I would do better at, is doing it right the first time. I tend to have to wipe a lot, just to get the right shape that I'm wanting, which can sometimes cause a little bit of a patchiness, because then you're applying it to make sure it's even. But I am learning, and if you're here, I hope you're learning too, and we can learn together, because that's so much fun. So now we're going to start with some nice dark shades. We're going to go in to a couple different colors. We're going to play around with this one, which is called Loveless. Smoldering is another shade we'll play with, and then we'll end off with these two. And then we'll see if there are any other colors I decide to add in there. So let's start off with some Loveless all over the lid. I did this in the look I did this morning. Super duper duper loved it. But yeah, so we're going to add that all over the lid. It's just a really pretty darker kind of a shade that is just, I think, gorgeous. As you can see, I want to come closer. You can see there is quite a bit of fallout with the satin or the glittery shades. The mattes, like I said, I did not have very many issues with that, but that is why I didn't put any face makeup on yet, because when I filmed before, I already had my face makeup on, and there's a lot of fallout, which it does dust away really easily, but at the same time, I wanted to go ahead and make sure that it, like, wouldn't mess up my look today. So then we're going to take the shade Smoldering, and that's going to go on the outer edge, just really blended with a flat brush. This is from BH Cosmetics, by the way, the 103 brush, and this is what I use pretty much for the rest of the look, other than I will blend a little bit more with the same brush I used a minute ago. So literally for this look, you only need two brushes, a flat brush and a blending brush. The one I'm using as far as a blending brush is an angled brush, and like I said, I got it at Ross. I don't really know what the brand is. I don't think it is a brand. It's kind of like one of those more of an off-brand kind of things, but I really did like it, so it's definitely one of my favorites. And this look is a lot, like, I feel like my camera makes looks look, when I do makeup, a lot lighter and less dramatic than it really is in person, which I'm fine with, because then it makes it look a little more wearable. Real quick, I'm just going to, and I hate doing this because then it makes it a little less blended. Just kind of clean up right there. And then we're going to take our blending brush, not adding any more product on it, but we're just going to blend, 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 just to tidy up a little bit. As I said, I'm learning, so please be gracious. I am learning kind of slowly, but you know what? That's what makeup's about. It's about doing things your way, and that's how new trends are started, so maybe I'll start a new trend. So we're going to take the shade Vanquished, which I did not talk about just now. This is this gray, dark gray shade, and just kind of layer that in between Smoldering and Loveless, just kind of on the center of the lid, just to add almost like a transition. Tonight I'm going out with my husband and then a friend of ours named Colton. He's a college student who is about to leave for summer vacation. He has his last final Friday. Or no, he's leaving on Thursday. His last final is tomorrow. And so he's coming over to our area of town because he lives like a couple hours away. And we're going to go get some tacos because we can. So now I'm going to take the shades Dethroned and Wreckage, which are those two on the very end I showed you guys. And this one, we're just going to focus like just a little bit in the crease. Just to get a nice, almost like a burgundy kind of shade. As you can see, I'm making a mess. And that's the one thing about these shades, is there's so much fallout. I kind of need to shape the outer edge after I do this. And like I said, still learning. And I've said that like 4 times today, but I just want to, verify. I don't consider myself to be a beauty guru. I am learning, and honestly, even beauty gurus learn after, years and years after they've put themselves in the limelight and whatnot. So I'm not like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say things and I don't know what they are. So now we're going to go back with that blending brush, and we're just going to start in the crease. And we're just going to blend, blend, blend. The most important thing I would say with eyeshadow is to make sure it looks blended. If it looks choppy, like you have a line and then a line and then a line, where you've placed different colors, then you're kind of defeating the purpose of having very, blended eyeshadow. Because if you're going to do a tutorial on it, or if you're going to wear it out, you want to make sure it actually looks good and not cray-cray. So that's kind of why I'm liking my more neutral brows, is with such a dark look like this. It kind of breaks it up, but we might go in for a darker brow. I don't know. We're going to play around a little bit. And that's something I always tell myself, is every day I feel like I learn a new technique or a new style that I'm into. So, yeah. So let's go in. I'm going to use my finger for this, for a little bit of Legacy. It's a goldy kind of shade, and this is the only shade that would work as a transition shade. As you can see, it's just gold, but very almost champagne gold kind of a shade. And we're just applying this on the brow bones and then the inner corners, trying not to put it in the brow. We're going to go put a full face on. I'll be right back. Hi, how are ya? So now we have the full face of makeup on. So I'm super excited right now. So I actually have a purple highlight. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's from Maybelline. It's their Master Holographic. Let's get on to the rest of the eyes. So taking the Overthrown palette and the same flat brush we've been using on the eye, we're going to make sure we clean off the brush just a little bit and take the shade Taken all over the lower lash line. The reason why we are taking Taken is we're about to smoke it out with some other colors, and we want to make sure that we have maybe a lighter color to just kind of blend those other colors together. I think if I would have done something differently, which I did not do on this eye, and I'm not going to do it on this eye since I've already not done it on this eye, is I would have taken this shade right here, which is called Fallen, and put that down as the transition for the under eye, because your under eye needs a transition as well. But in the other look, I didn't do that, and I don't feel like I really need it right now for this look. This look is already a harsher look, and as you can see, I actually did go ahead and darken up my eyebrows. Now I probably will lighten them up a little bit tonight, because as you can see, they're completely uneven. This one's really thick, this one's much thinner, and they look kind of crazy, but I just wanted to do it to see what it would look like, and my eyebrows always look crazy, so I really don't care that much. We're going to take the shade Loveless, which is that nice brown shade we put all over the lid. And we are going to just kind of blend that on the lower. Now Smoldering is going to go closer to the outer edge. And this look is just going to be a nice, dark, Gothic kind of look. And I think Gothic is, like, really the way to, you know, call it. For one thing, I mean, just in general, I have very pale skin. I did use a little bit of a BB cream that's a little too pale for me, like one shade lighter than my skin tone. Now, I mean, you can tell my neck is just the tiniest bit darker than my face right now. But this is my natural skin tone. I blended it down to about right here, but I already have a little bit of bronzer there just to kind of warm everything up. So you can't really even tell where I blended it down. But this is what I use. It's the Magic Skin Beautifier by L'Oreal in the shade Fair. It is, like, literally, I want to show you guys what the product looks like when it comes out. Literally white. But it is actually very similar to my natural skin tone, and I end up wearing this quite often. I like to have almost like that Gothic pale skin look, and Bucket's in the back, you know, doing something probably he shouldn't be doing. But anyway, just so you guys know what I use, my skin is naturally that color. This is kind of a little bit lighter. I just didn't want people coming in the comments thinking that I lightened all my skin up. I just did a little bit of a lighter shade on my neck, or on my face. Okay. Now that we have that all smoked out, I'm going to take this blending brush, make sure that I have all the dark colors cleaned off, which my hand is always a good thing to clean my brushes with. Now they have these things they sell that are almost like a grainy foam kind of thing that are made for cleaning your hands off, or your brushes off on between your shades that you use if you're limited on how many brushes you have or whatever. But I don't have one of those today. My nose is running like crazy. I've already blown it twice in this video, but it's crazy. So anyway, this is kind of how it's looking. Let's take a little bit of a black eyeliner, and we're actually going to use this eyeliner for two things. So first we're going to put, oh, I have an idea. Okay, before we do this, I have this product that when I bought my No. 7 Beauty products, which if you don't know, these are my go-to face products. No. 7 Beauty has amazing products. I was suggested to get this by the woman who did my makeup, my friend Tiffany, and we're going to use a tiny bit of this. A tiny bit, like, right, oh, that is kind of killer. We're just going to blend it really well, kind of gradually blending it in to add like a glitzy sheen to the eye. Now I was kind of liking, even though we use satin colors, the matte color is kind of shown through more than the satin. But I do like to have this like almost sparkliness on the lid. How pretty is that? That was a good idea. I'm glad we did that. But I kind of want to even add an extra layer of fun. I have this almost holographic goldish NYX Cosmetics, which by the way, this is from NYX Cosmetics, and this is in the shade, it's their glitter goals in the shade Imaginarium, and this is their glitter Brilliance, and this is in the shade Glee, G-L-I, and this is 05. Ooh, it just got everywhere. It's like almost like a gold. I mean, it is gold. It's like a, I feel like it's more holographic than anything, and I'm just gonna grab some on my finger while the lid is still a little bit wet, and we're just, oh goodness, I just got it all over my face. I think this might have been a bad idea. So using a powder brush, we're just going to try to brush, ooh, that actually worked pretty good, to brush away glitter. Wow, I didn't think that was actually going to work, but it did. So see, we got some gold going on. Now obviously this is not the direction I was going for, but I guess this is the direction we're going in. So I'm just going to pack it on using my brush, just because I want to make sure that it doesn't come off easy. I'm actually pretty impressed with how easily that glitter just kind of went away. That was pretty cool. We're going to do this again to the other side, hoping not to ruin it. I'm going to tap my finger off. And I'm just really packing it on because I'm not using any glitter glue, just because I still have a little bit of tackiness on my eyes from that glitter goals from NYX. It was because it's a liquid eyeshadow, so I only just kind of packed it on top of that, mostly on the outer corner, just kind of letting it come in. That is definitely glitter goals. So now we're going to take this Revlon Color Stay eyeliner and we're going to line my waterline with it, just in the shade Dark Black. No, it's not the shade dark black. It's a shade black. But this is really a really good, that's two positives in the same sentence. It's a really good black water liner. Now I'm going to clean off the tip, and we're going to use this as a lip liner because we're going to be putting on some black lipstick. Okay, now that I have that on, I did kind of overdraw it a little bit because we can, and we're going to take a tiny bit of, oh, this is the black lipstick from the Katy Kat collection, or the Katy Perry collection with Covergirl, and this is in the shade Perry Panther. I used this when I did my Loki makeup look, and in fact, I'm wearing my Loki t-shirt from the Avenger movie that we went to see 2 Saturdays ago. I really, really like that. There. Wow. Okay, I kind of really want to do something, and I don't want to mess up my look, but I probably will. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool looking. We're taking some of that glitter from the glitter glow, the gold glitter, and just kind of focusing it on the center of the lip. Now, honestly, we're not going out for a couple more hours, so this isn't the most practical thing for day use, but now I know what look we're sporting, so we're just going to finish off. I was going to do false eyelashes today. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go for my natural lashes with some better than, wait, ooh. I have a mascara that, oh, did I get rid of it? I need to look. Give me 1 sec. So, not too long ago, I purchased the Exhibitionist mascara from Covergirl. I did not like it, but everyone loves it, apparently. So, I was looking for that. I could not find it, but instead of using the Better Than Sex, we're going to use a drugstore option, since we have a drugstore eye. I'm sorry about how long this video turned out to be, and ignore the dog in the background playing with his toys, having so much fun. This is the Unlimited mascara from L'Oreal Paris. It's that weird, almost nail polish bottle we got going on, and I think this one will be so cool with this kind of a look. So I actually have learned to really, really like this mascara. It is, I don't know if you guys can tell, it is very thickening. I almost feel like you could mix this for thickening and then another more lengthening mascara together. As far as like putting this on closer to the roots and then finishing off with like the Better Than Sex or the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, but we're just going to stick to one today because we are going for a grungy, not as prim and proper kind of a look. I am in love. Look how blue my eyes look today. Not vanity, just statement. But we are going to finish this eye up. And that is the finished look. What do you guys think? How did we do? Do you guys like it? If you guys did, give us a big thumbs up. Of course, you can do this look without any of the glitter I added, but I am in love with adding the glitter to this look. I think it just kind of elevates it. Now, obviously, you don't have to add like a bunch of glitter or anything to it, but I think this is a really cool, almost like a gothic kind of look. I definitely think when you do this, you need to have a very bright kind of a canvas, if that makes sense. Like not having super dark blush. I almost did that, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to use more of a lighter blush just because I didn't want it to be too dark. But hey, we did it. I'm wearing black lipstick. I never do. I only did it, like, the first time I ever wore black lipstick was to the the Endgame movie, and I think it was awesome. So, if you guys want to see how I use the... Wait, which palette am I using tomorrow? I haven't decided. Why don't y'all comment down below? Tell me which palette I should do tomorrow. I have the Rain palette, the Revolution palette, or some light colors with the Ascension palette. With the Rain palette, we're going to be doing a very almost India... I don't want to say India, because I don't want to mean, like, specifically India, but I feel like almost like a Princess Jasmine look coming on with these purples and blues. So that's kind of cool. And then with the Overthrown, we're going to do more sunsetty. And then with this, we're going to do more, this one, the Ascension, we're going to do more springy. So make sure you comment down below. Tell me which one you want to see me do. I love you guys so much. Bye!